Hi guys, and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Pen. Now it's a bit of a different video today. On the Facebook page somebody was asking for some easy bake recipes for children so that they'd know what to get in. They wanted some that used the same basic ingredients, okay? So it got me thinking, bad move. And I thought, well actually, let's show you what I consider to be baking cupboard staples. Now bear in mind I do bake a lot, so some of this won't apply to you, but lots of it will. So come on over, have a little look. Okay, you can see quite a lot there, can't you? Lots of jars and containers, and you're probably thinking, what on earth is in those? Well, I'm going to go through them one by one with you. Well, obviously, if you're going to bake, one of the things that you are going to need is flour. Now, I always keep in plain flour. I have more, don't worry. And taking it out of the containers, the bags that it's in, and putting it into containers does help stop any possibility of flour mites. Okay, so plain flour and self-raising flour. Okay, who forgot a couple of things? The other flour that I always have in is strong bread flour, and because I have strong bread flour in, I always keep in yeast. These little sachets are perfect because that's what most recipes need, 1 or 2 of these. So don't forget your strong bread flour if you're going to make bread or rolls or pizza, and your yeast. Well, if you're going to bake, then the first ingredients you're going to need are flour. And I keep in plain flour. There's not a lot there, but I've got more in my store cupboard. And self-raising flour. Now I take it out of the bags and store it in sealed containers because that helps eliminate any flour mites that you might get, and if it doesn't eliminate them totally, it stops them going everywhere else in your baking cupboard. So good job. So flours, you can, if you haven't got self-raising flour, you can make it from plain flour, and I will put the link to how to do that in the description here. I know James Martin says buy the best flour that you can afford, and yeah, he's right, especially when it comes to sponge cakes. If you buy the specific sponge flour, I promise you, you will get the best sponge cake ever. Okay, so we've done our flours, we need to go on to our sugars. Now, this is plain, common or garden granulated sugar. If you saw the video I did a few weeks back, I showed you how you can make your own. Caster sugar. Lots of recipes call for caster sugar. Sometimes you do need it, other times granulated sugar will do. So I showed you how to make your own caster sugar. I also showed you how to make your own dark brown sugar. That gives that fudgy, caramelly, oh, beautiful smell, especially in cookies. And soft brown sugar. And do you know the sugar that I have forgotten? Demerara. I've got it, but it's not here. So sugars. Sugars are important. Can you see the marshmallows in there? That helps stopping the sugar all clumping together. Okay, so we've done our flours, we've done our sugars. Oh, no, we haven't. Icing sugar. Icing sugar. That's what we made. And I do have some more in the store cupboard. Okay, other things that you will need. You will need, at some point, baking powder. So I always keep that in. And, well, there you go. That's one that's open, baking powder. You may also need bicarbonate of soda, which... gosh, am I out of it? I might be. Bicarbonate of soda, yes, you'll need that too. Okay, other things that you don't, well, you do need actually, are flavourings. I have been using the Dr. Oetker vanilla extract, and it's just like, it's vanilla bean paste, not vanilla extract. And whilst I've mentioned extract, always use an extract, not an essence, because essences are chemical. Okay, so we're just going to pretend that you've seen the Dr. Oetker. I also have Sicilian lemon essence. Oh, beautiful. I have almond, again, gorgeous. And sometimes peppermint. Absolute, I love the smell of this stuff. So then we'll go on to other flavourings, and three that I always have in are nutmeg, and I buy my nutmeg whole and I grate it myself because it has a much better flavour than the ready ground nutmeg. Okay, mixed spice in lots and lots of fruit cakes, and cinnamon. Oh, it can lift, it goes in sweet and savoury dishes. You need cinnamon in your life. Okay, then let's go on to other things that you might add. So, black treacle, I always have it in. It's if you're making a dark fruit cake, absolutely, or a parkin. So yeah, black treacle. Golden syrup, always have that in. That goes in my sticky ginger cake, it goes in flapjacks, it's just amazing. Honey, yep, tell them about the honey, Penny. Always have honey in. And another thing I've forgotten, but I know I can put hands on this really easily, is a decent jam. Okay, so honey, jam. Right, then chocolate. I have chocolate chips and I have chocolate bars. This is dark, I have milk, and I have white as well. Okay, dried fruit. These dried cranberries, they're lovely in scones, they're lovely in fruitcakes, they're really good in barra bread. Currants, I have sultanas and raisins, but they're in big containers and I'm running out of room as it is out here. So those. Glacé cherries. If you rinse your glacé cherry and then toss them in some of the flour that's going into your cake, they are less likely to sink. So top tip there. Then nuts. Well, yeah, I probably am. So I have whole mixed nuts, I have chopped nuts, and I also have ground almonds. Coconut, oh, I think you all know I like coconut, don't you? Coconut cake, coconut ice, raspberry ruffle bars, you name it. If I can get coconut in it, it's going in. Chocolate cake. You're making a chocolate cake, yeah? Please, please, please don't, excuse me, I'm very warm. Don't use drinking chocolate. You won't get the same colour. You definitely won't get the same taste. Use cocoa. Cocoa, honestly. You'll thank me later. And so they're all the store cupboard ingredients that I keep in all the time, okay? And now other things that you need that aren't store cupboard, but definitely I always keep in, and that is butter or a baking spread. This French butter is delicious, either used in baking or a good dollop on top of a jacket potato. Eggs. On any of my recipes, when I say an egg, it's a large egg, okay? Just me, I know. Medium ones will work, but you may have to add a drop of milk, and that's another essential for baking. Okay, so that's your basic baking ingredients that I think with the exception of one or two there, we should all have in. Now, what else do you need? You'll need some measuring spoons. This is a tablespoon, a teaspoon, half a teaspoon and a quarter of a teaspoon. So you'll need those. Now, if you're following an American recipe, they use the cup measurements, don't they? Trust me, grams is so much more accurate, but I have some cups. I have a cup, a half cup, a third of a cup and a quarter cup. So you'll need those. And, of course, scales. Scales. Yes, you will need scales. These are excellent. These don't laugh, they were a Christmas present, but I was so happy. They are really, really good. I did leave it on top of me halogen hob, and actually I switched it on by accident, and because it's metal, the hob came on. So it's got a nice little, but it doesn't affect the weight, it still weighs things. And a rolling pin, You can use a milk bottle, you can use a wine bottle. I know some of you lushes out there will be using a wine bottle. But this rolling pin is excellent because these come off and I can just set it for the thickness of flour that I want. And being stainless steel, it stays quite cool, which is good for rolling out pastry. You'll need cupcake cases, cake cases. So obviously for individual ones I use these. You've all seen me use the larger ones in a round case and also the oblong ones in a loaf tin. So that's it. I hope you found it helpful. I don't think I've forgotten anything. A wooden spoon, and if the recipe says fold in a figure of 8 with a metal spoon. Top tip from my domestic science teacher at school, that one, and it still works. So yeah, I think that's it. Hope you found this video helpful. If you have, give us a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the kitchen with the pen. Bye bye. Thank you for watching this edition of In the Kitchen with Pen, and quite a lot of the time Steve. If you've liked what we do and want to see more, then click here.
And if you'd like to subscribe, please click here.
Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.
Keep cooking.